Okay, let's go through the second type of factorization we will be learning. This is called pairwise factorization. Now, why is it called pairwise factorization? I will explain in a while. But in the meantime, let's try to work this out with the knowledge that we have. Let's try if we can factorize this expression out by extracting out the common terms. Let's try that first. Okay? So let's go through with this first example. Let's see what do we have in common at first. So if you notice here, I have my A and A here. But if you notice, I do not have any more A's over here, right? So which means the letter A can't be extracted out, it can't be factorized, right? So if I can't do that, never mind. What about the other alphabets? So let's look through the other alphabet. I have X and X here, so that's it. I can't factorize X as well. So what about Y? Okay, so same thing. Only this two has Y. This two has no Y, so I can't factorize that as well. And same goes for B. So it seems we can't extract out a common term over here, right? So how do we factorize this kind of expression here? So let's look through at this in a different way. If you notice, the first two over here has a common factor, right? And these two over here has a common factor, right? So can we factorize something out from this and this? We can, right? So that is why if we see this kind of expression, it is called pairwise factorization, because there's a pair here, all right, and there's a pair here that we can factorize out. So let's try that out. Let's try that out and see what's going on. So if we look at here, we know that we can extract the letter A out, right? We can factorize it out. So if I were to take A out over here, what's left in my bracket over here? So that's gonna be A plus Y, right? And for my second pair over here, what can be factorized out? So that's gonna be B over here. And what's left in my bracket? Oh, this is X plus Y, sorry. And I can factorize B out, so what's gonna left? X plus Y again, right? Now, okay, so far so good, all right? We able to factorize things out, but the thing is, are we done? All right, no, we are not done. We can actually do one more thing over here, right? We can actually factorize out this further. Now, to introduce this factorized method, I'm going to introduce something that I learned last time, which hopefully will help you to look at this expression much more easier. Now, if you notice these two, all right, take a notice of these two things over here. Do you notice they have the same expression? All right, so this is X plus Y, this is X plus Y, they are the same. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write this out. I'm going to make this expression to be represented by another alphabet. So let's say this. I will say let. All right. X plus Y become. Let's just take X plus Y become D. Okay. All right. So if I make X plus Y become D, how can I rewrite this expression now? So if I want to rewrite this, that's gonna be A, and I have my D over here, right? Plus B, and I have my D again. Correct or not? So let's take a look at this new expression that we have wrote down. Does this look like the earlier example that we did? All right, factorizing out common terms, right? Is there any common term in this expression that we can factorize out? Okay, so if you're able to see, you can know that we can factorize out D over here because it's common. Both of them have D, right? So if I factorize out D, what is left? inside my bracket here. So what's gonna left inside my bracket here? That's gonna be A plus B, right? See, I can still further factorize this one more time. Now, am I done over here? No. Right now, because in your original equation, there's no D, right? Because you have made this up so that you can see this easier. So what can you do right now is to open up this expression back. So what's D over here? So D over here is actually x plus y, and next to this, I have my A plus B. I'm done with factorizing this already. Okay, so can you see how useful is this to look at this method? So this one, it can help you to simplify this expression into something that you recognize so that you know that you can further factorize this out. Okay, but is this step over here compulsory? The question is no, all right? It's not compulsory, all right? It's an optional step. But I do suggest for you to use it if you find it difficult to look at this expression, all right? Now, I'm going to do the next example over here without this method. So I'm gonna show you how can you do pairwise factorization, without using this method. You can do that as well, okay? So let's see over here. If you notice, there's nothing in common that I can factorize out. So you look pair by pair. So again, you will notice that there's a pair here that I can factorize out. There's also another pair here that I can factorize out. So let's work this out. So what can I take out over here? So that's gonna be A. I can take out A, and what's gonna be left inside my bracket? So that's gonna be H minus K, right? I have my plus sign here, so I'm just gonna continue to put my plus sign. So what can I factorize out over here? So in this case, that's going to be B. And what's going to be left inside my bracket? That's going to be H minus K, right? Now I'm going to change this into the final answer directly. Now if your eyes are used to this, you can actually factorize this directly. If you notice over here, this expression, these two are common factors, right? If these two are common factors, all right, they are the common thing in this expression, we can factorize this out, right? We can factorize this out. Okay, so we will get H minus K, and what's left inside my bracket? That's gonna be A plus B. Can you see that? Okay. This one we factorize out, okay? So that's going to be in front over here. That's my common term in this expression. So what's going to be left inside the bracket? That's going to be A plus B left, okay? Now, if you can't see how I do this directly, then I will suggest you to do this way, okay? So for example's sake, I'm going to show you. So I can say let H minus K. Let's just say this time we choose the letter Z over here, okay? So I can rewrite this as AZ, all right, plus BZ, okay? So we can see over here, this is, you can see that Z right now, it's a common factor, a common term that we can factorize. So we will factorize this out. So that I have Z, and what do I have back in my bracket? So that's gonna be A plus B, okay? So in the end, we can open up this Z again, all right? Because there's no Z in your question. So let's open up what's this Z. This Z is this guy over here. So I can rewrite my answer as H minus K, and what's left in my bracket? So that's gonna be A plus B, see? Same answer, all right? So I will suggest you to explore this method. Now, for those of you, if you're able to follow up, you can actually just use this method directly. But if you need to see better, what's going on, then I would suggest you to utilize this method over here, okay? Right, let's try, we have two more examples. Let's go through this very quickly. So this example over here, right? So what do we have? So same thing over here, if you notice, all right, there is no common term that I can factorize out from this whole expression. But if you notice, this pair has a common term, right? And this pair has also another common term, right? So we can factorize something out over here. So let's start. Okay, so what can we factorize out? The number, okay? We can factorize out 2, we can take out 2 over here, and what else can we take out? So I can see I have both a, so which means I can take out a as well. So once I'm done with that, what's left inside my bracket? Okay, what's left inside my bracket is gonna be just x plus y, right? So this again is a plus, so I'm just gonna follow the sign here. And over here, I can see that I can factorize out b over here. And what's gonna be left in my bracket? Okay, oh, I'm sorry, my mistake. So this 3y over here, my mistake. So, okay, let's continue with this. So since I extract b out, what do I get over here? That's gonna be x plus 3y. All right, again, you notice, oh wow, a common term, all right, a common term in an expression. So which means you already understand that I can factorize this out, right? So if I were to factorize this out, so what do I get in the end? It's going to be x plus 3y, and what's left in the bracket? So that will be 2a plus b, and I'm done. Okay? Alright, so if you can use this method, you can just solve this directly, alright? If you can't, you can just explore with this method. Alright, so let's do the last one over here. Okay? So again, if you notice again, there are no common term that we can factorize, so you will know, oh, this is an example of pairwise factorization. Okay? Right. Highlight the two terms here. So let's look at this. The first one, the blue one. What can I factorize out? So I can see I can factorize out m, and basically that's it. So, alright, because these are the two common things inside here. So what's left inside the bracket? So that's going to be the letter s plus 2t squared. Alright, that's left inside the bracket. So I have my minus here, so I'm just going to put my minus here, okay? So what can I factorize out over here? So that's going to be my n. I can take out my n, okay? Oh, sorry, should change to red pen. So I can minus n, and okay, these are the two common things in this expression over here. So what's left inside my bracket? If you notice again, it's going to be the same expression as here, s plus 2t squared. Now, a very common mistake is for students to do this. Hey, there's a minus here, right? How does this change to plus? Okay, now you can always double check your work by just expanding this back and check if this expression match up with this. Let's check. Negative n times s, I will get negative ns, right? Negative n times positive 2t squared. A negative multiplied with positive, I will get back a negative, right? So in this is correct, and we notice there are common terms over here, which means that we can factorize that out. So that I will get s plus 2t squared, and what I left in my bracket, that's gonna be m minus n. Okay? Now, last example, I'm going to redo this to use this method so you can see what's going on if for those of you if you are struggling with this. So I can say let s plus 2t squared, alright, in this case let's just choose the letter x, okay? Now it's important to choose a letter which is not in your expression so that you're not confused with anything, okay? So let's rewrite this expression. So I will have m x minus n x, right? So again, you can see x over here, that's the common term that I can express. I can factorize out, so I will get x, and I will get m minus n here, right? So let's open up this x again. What's this x? That's gonna be s plus 2t squared. And what am I left with a bracket over here? That's gonna be m minus n, right? Same answer. All right, so this is pairwise factorization.